Welcome back to Business Lunch, and here's an exclusive chat with JPMorgan Chase Chairman and CEO Jamie Dimon, who spoke to Shireen Bhan on global economic outlook and the look ahead for India and global equity markets. Listen in.
There's a lot of turbulence out there, and I was never trying to predict a hurricane. I was simply trying to explain to people that it could be a very modest storm, like it could dissipate quickly, or it could be a hurricane, and that people should be prepared for getting worse because we've never, this war, quantitative tightening, fiscal stimulation, the tension between America and China, these are just very serious things that have, bad economic outcomes.
Well, speaking of bad economic outcomes, are you now penciling in the worst case scenario, given the fact that central bankers have no choice but to continue to tighten? And what we have seen at this point in time is further deterioration as far as Russia and Ukraine is concerned, and further tension between China and the US over Taiwan. Are you now bracing yourself for the worst outcome?
No, maybe you'll be surprised, but when I said that in June, I expected all those things to happen. More inflation, higher rates. I talked about an unpredictable war. Wars are unpredictable. I still think the range of outcomes is a range, and you should look at it. I think a soft landing is probably a very small chance at this point, but mild recession, hard recession, they're all possible. And it's hard for me to give them odds, but they're all kind of possible. And remember, when I say get ready for it, I'm also talking to companies and investors, where my real point is we're prepared for it so we can serve our clients. We're going to be serving clients in India regardless of whether it's a hurricane or a mild storm. And that's why I think people should be prepared. I'm much more concerned, by the way, about the humanitarian crisis, the war. These are bad things. Volatile markets we can all deal with. But there are a lot of people who are being hurt by these conditions around the world.
All right, that is an interesting conversation with Jamie Dimon. We're going to wind down on the show. It's currently around an 85-point cut that we are seeing on the Nifty. So there is a recovery and that we are seeing play out in the markets. But we're completely out of time. So thanks a lot for tuning into Business Lunch. We have Mid Cap Radar up next.